How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we're taking a look at the Hotfoot Teddy. If you'd like to farm the Hotfoot Teddy for yourself, you're going to want to fast travel over to the Stormblind complex on Pandora and jump on into an arms race. The Hotfoot Teddy specifically drops from the Seepage and Creepage chest, which is located in this cave area next to Harker's Arena and unlocks after completing the mobbing section down below. The Hotfoot Teddy can also drop from Heavyweight Harker, and of course, being an arms race gun, do make sure that you extract this gun before the end of your run. The Hotfoot Teddy is a legendary Torgue assault rifle, only able to roll an incendiary damage and able to roll with 1 or 2 ammo cost per shot, though as it is a beam type weapon will only ever list 1 projectile on the card, with that double penetrating variant actually having a lower card damage. However, in practice it does have a higher damage. When fired, the Hotfoot Teddy acts as a flamethrower with a limited reach. While firing, sustained fire will also increase the damage of the Teddy by up to 90% after 4 seconds of firing. After hitting an enemy, the flame beam will lock onto their feet and can spread up to 2 nearby enemies. Also worth noting that on this day, God is good to us as he has blessed us with a full auto Torgue assault rifle. Now the Hotfoot Teddy is the freakiest gun in BL3 by far. This shit refuses to do anything but suck toes no matter how hard you try to get it not to. This fucker just needs to incinerate any toe jam caught between those luscious dogs. The Hotfoot Teddy needs to hear him bark. Before we get into that though, let's quickly go over ×1 versus ×2, which of course ×2 doesn't technically exist, as again the double penetrating variant still has 1 projectile listed on the card, but for ease I'm still just going to refer to it as a ×2. And again, the ×2 does deal increased damage despite not saying so on the card, and this damage increase is actually incredibly valuable. The ×1 is absolutely fine. It deals good damage, it can work even up into True Guardian Takedown, but it doesn't hold a candle to the potential damage output of the ×2, because you have to keep in mind that increased damage goes a long way because of that 90% damage increase with sustained fire. That being said, of course, the ×2 consuming 2 ammo per shot, you're not going to be able to sustain fire as well as the ×1, but with just a couple mag size increases, you'll be more consistently getting higher damage out of the ×2 than the ×1 in a majority of situations. And because of how low the fire rate is on the ×2, if you really wanted to go all in on it, just a little bit of ammo regen again will go a long way here. So that being said, most of the footage in this video will be the ×2 as it is the one that I overall feel is better. Let's head back over to that auto target on defeat thing, because I'm sure to a lot of people that sounds like a bad thing. And in a lot of ways it is, but I actually kind of like it. It feels incredibly good and lets you turn your brain off even in the most chaotic situations. Especially against a lot of flying enemies, that auto target can be really nice. While it does mean that critting can be difficult on some hitboxes since his gun is constantly seeking out the stinkiest Pandoran tootsies, when you do find a way to crit, you'll be getting a pretty consistent stream of crits. On humanoid enemies, the way you do this is you have to kind of get above them or really close to them, but on weirder hitboxes like necrobugs or skags, their face is already in the way of their feet, so this thing's going to be auto-critting pretty much all the time on those sorts of things. And of course, with this being a beam type weapon, you start combining that with Megavore or Short Fuse. That's a lot of hits, a lot of procs, and therefore a lot of really good sustained damage. And again, that slower fire rate means that this weapon is incredibly good with some form of ammo regen, as upkeeping ammo isn't that hard. Those chains are also incredibly nice as they can provide some decent AoE, which otherwise the Hotfoot Teddy would have just been a single target lock-on gun and probably would start to suffer in some denser areas. Overall, the Hotfoot Teddy is an absolute foot fiend. But more than that, this is probably by far the best flamethrower available in BL3. While there's not many options, the others that do exist don't even compare to the damage output that this thing can provide. While it has a lot of quirks and a bit of a learning curve to it, I think that just overall makes it a more interesting interesting option and a more fun gun to use. If you're looking for a real flamethrower, the Hotfoot Teddy is absolutely the gun for you. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that. I'll be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube and also over on my Twitch channel, where there will be a link to down in the description below. And just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.